Baba Zingela, see yo Zingela Baba, where Baba Zingela, see yo Zingela Baba, where Baba Zingela, see yo Zingela Baba.
My name is Ruthlyn Solomons. I'm the resident dance supervisor for The Lion King on Broadway. On stage, I have about 45 people at any one point. A lot of it has to do with the fact that this show is ensemble driven. The ensemble is like a principal player. They are scenery, they are moving bodies, they are creating this atmosphere on the stage at all times. So there's a lot of people intermingled in and out, weaving in and out of the show that I'm constantly keeping an eye on. For me, it was about mostly understanding what the movement is trying to say. Once I understood that, then it was like really clear why the movement was the way it was. Because it's specifically designed, these are lions, they're not going to dance like the ballerinas. They're just not going to. So you have to understand that. Same thing like in Kick Butt, another big dance number. They're hyenas. What are they going to dance like, jazz babies? They're not jazz babies, they're hyenas. The women, the female dancers, they're really asked to take this beautiful costume that they have. It's a mask that's on their head that's attached to the silk that's that becomes the body of the lion, and they're asked to take that mask off and make it turn into a lion, and then come back into, both what Julie calls the double event, the human spirit and the mask coming together. And they have to learn, how to make that work in the midst of all this dancing every day. And that's not the only place. There's also the hyenas and working with the legs and the changing your body from, human to animal, and understanding that transition, that morphing into that creature thing. The Dance Bible, yeah, that's my work. It's really making drawings of every transition I can think of that takes place on the stage. If you go on stage, you look down in the front of the proscenium on the floor, there are numbers. They're like a foot apart or 2 feet apart. It's really important to understand that grid so that you could see a flow of movement of the scenes. It's a constant work in progress.
Most shows on Broadway have just a female and a male dance captain, but we're lucky enough to have a resident dance supervisor.
They go on a lot, which is why my position's really needed here.
Ruthlyn actually watches from the house, and she's not a performing cast member, so she can actually see more of the show.
I think that's where my position comes in. I take up the slack for all that and basically help them by supervising them.
Every day I learn something new from her, how to teach, how to rehearse, how to give notes. So I'm lucky enough to work with her and to learn from her every day.
My name's Charity Deluetta, and I'm ensemble in Lion King on Broadway. I am the newest member. I'm so excited. I'm trying to be a sponge and just soak everything up.
Everything is just so new to her. She's never done the show before. She's learning how to do strange things with her face, like clicking with her mouth and, doing slushing sounds with her tongue, because she's, going to be singing in a dialect that she's never had to sing before. It's South African language.
Ruthlyn is really cool. She's very nice, very patient for those days that my body just doesn't want to work and my mind doesn't want to work.
Charity is teeny.
I'm 5 foot, about 105 pounds, so some of the things are as tall as me, so I just really have to have a different type of mindset and just go with it.
We're asking her to do something that she's never done before that's really above and beyond the call in a lot of ways, because it's not enough to be a great dancer. It's not enough to have a lovely voice. Now you have to take this thing that you have in your hand and bring it, make it live.